And what is poppin', everybody on YouTube? This is Kev the Barber with another classic, and we're here about to do a high skin fade. It's about medium to high. I started at this point just give myself some space. But for those who get a little confused with lines of demarcation and keeping it even, that first line I make, I look at the difference between that line and the bridge, that separation at the top of his head, and keep that same distance throughout the head. Then I just clear the bottom using these Slimline Pros. Just for you guys who don't know, I just started this kit where I'm going to be putting things where I suggest, like my suggestions, and from Amazon and stuff like that, in the link below, so you can check out those tools that I use, tools I like. I'm still building on them, but I'm going to show you guys the link, just so you guys can get a feel for it. And I just feel like we be doing these cuts all the time, you feel what I mean? Like, I just want to get a little dialogue in here. Just the other day, tell me how I got a DM, right? A DM from a dude asking me, I just walked that line around, by the way, asking me if I had any advice on owning a shop. I was like, Shraggy? Buddy, what? I've never owned a shop once in my life. If you haven't, known. And I feel like people, get confused when it comes to these followers. Like, having followers doesn't mean that you know everything. Like, it doesn't even really tell us what you really know until we look at what you know. Like, it's like how I look hitting up 360 Jeezy in his DMs, trying to ask him how to build a rocket ship, because he got no, I don't care how much followers he got, bruh. Like, I want to know how to get waves, or I want to know how to cut hair, but where are your credentials on building this rocket ship, my guy? Show them to me. Anyway, this is about an inch using the magic clips for those who are paying attention to the cut. Sure, I got 22K, right? But that doesn't mean I know how to own a shop. You don't even know how much money I make. You know what I'm saying? You don't know much about me. I haven't really put that information out. So what you do know is what you should be asking questions about, like how to cut, like my mindset and different things, what I think about certain products, stuff like that. I'm never gonna try to pretend to be something I'm not. And I think that's like a temptation a lot of these followers have to try to pretend to be something. I'm not gonna lie. You can succumb to that, or you can feel like you should be doing something because people expect it from you. But if it's not what you do, then quit. You know what I'm saying? So I just told him straight up, I don't own a shop, so I can't help you, bro. Doing is the only thing that improves doing that thing. So people with lots of followers know how to get lots of followers. You have to find out what else they need or what else they can do before you can ask them, to give you advice on it. You know what I mean? You look at my videos, maybe you can ask me about camera work, about school, things I do. I'm just doing it on the other side too. That's just how I feel. So when I meet people who have a lot of followers, it's I know what I can gain from them, in the sense where I know what I think they're good at, regardless of how much followers they have. I've met Bossio a few times, and for me, there was a point where I wasn't sure if I wanted to go into a shop, and I'm actually getting into a shop, but there's a lot more stuff coming. I'm gonna let you guys know. But I had some questions for Chris on that, some questions on business, stuff like that, stuff that he's good at. He's a human just like everybody else, and the only reason I pick somebody like that is because in my comments I get hit up with, oh, did you see the Chris Bossio? Chris Bossio fades, he breathes, he bleeds, just like I do. You feel what I mean? So same for Jeezy, same for Kevin Hart, you know what I'm saying? That it's ultimately, I think this is the misconception. I feel like people ask questions thinking that and here I'm just using the one and opening it up and then closing it down, and then I'm gonna take out a half guard just to blend that out. But my problem is this, right? People think that somebody with followers is gonna do something for you. News flash, buddy. They got to this point. Most people who get there and stay there got there because of their hard work. So just picture that. If they got there because of their hard work, right? Most of them don't even really want to help, for one. That's the one problem. But the next problem is they understand what it took to get it. It's not gonna take y'all blowing a bunch of people who have a lot of followers. You go to these barber expos, oh my god, look, it's him. At the end of the day, it's just a conversation and you go home, you know? And if you really think about it, talking to people is a skill as well. You have people who have lots of followers, doesn't mean they know how to relate to people. They got a lot of followers because they cut hair, not because they're psychologists. You know what I'm saying? Not because they're sociologists. So you just got to really pay attention and know what people are here for and what they're gonna stay here for. You know, and if you want to grind, you want to own a shop, you want to get better at fading, you want to get better at lineups, you want to do better at customer service. The only way you're gonna improve with those things is by attempting to do them, not by hitting me up in my DMs. I mean, granted, I respond to everybody, and the type of advice that I love to give, the type of questions I like, are like people who are asking about how you did something. You know what I'm saying? People who are asking for things that they can go and try, not asking so they can get, like, thinking that they can get something from me, like, tangibly. I can't give you clientele. I can't give you the skill to fade. I can't give you, like, I mean, technically you could say somebody can give you followers, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, most of what you desire is something you're gonna have to go out and get. Just go out and get it. You know what I'm saying? Just go and do that. Like, and within that same breath, I can tell you, there's nothing I can say to you that can block you from getting that blessing. You just go out and get it. I can say you suck. You can come on an RMF and I can give you a 4. I can give you a 3. But that doesn't matter if you're grinding and you're communicating to clients that you're gonna provide a service that they're gonna want to come back and get, like it's crack cocaine. You feel me? And once you do that, once you get that skill, once you look at what's important, you're gonna bypass things that aren't. You're gonna just skip by things that don't really matter. Like I said, I don't got any problems with people hitting me up in my DMs. Like, it happens. I talk to people. I actually hit people up myself. But just recognize and think about what you're trying to do. Are you trying to gain something from that conversation that you think I can give to you, as in things I can't, like skills? Like, I can't give you a skill? Or are you just, you're trying to expand your mind, expose to certain things? That's what you should be hitting people up for. Like, somebody else may have a different mindset and you want to learn from that. But if you're looking to gain a skill, that ain't gonna work out for you, buddy. And another thing I also want to talk about is like, there's no wrong way to cut hair, right? There's so many techniques, and I'm gonna go over different videos with that too. There's fading up, there's fading down, there's fading up into down, there's fading sideways, there's using clipper over comb rather than scissor over comb, or like, granted, I think there are different techniques that are used for, let's say, like more efficiency. Like, I would never use, like, this is my cousin's texture hair. Like, I wouldn't use scissor over comb and ride that up into the high top. Like, his hair is too coarse and curly for that to be effective, and his hair is straight. And you gotta understand that, like, a number 2 looks different on straight hair than it does on short hair. There's just so many different things. So I've heard certain people say things about using the same system on everybody. I don't think that quite works, honestly. But I'd say this, though. Know what works for you. Know what works for you. I have opinions. I have strong opinions on certain things. But at the end of the day, they're still just my opinions. If they work for you, then they work for you. But that doesn't shelter you from having to have a reason for what you do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these teachers that I've come in contact with, they say do this, do that, and the third, but they only telling me that because somebody else told them that, or they saw somebody do it and they just copied it. But what should be important, what should be paramount to you and your skill set, is doing things and knowing why you're doing them. Every movement you make should be a movement to the end goal, and it should you should know 100% why you're doing it and be able to explain it to somebody else. That is exactly what this channel is here for. To provide you with whys for haircuts, whys for certain products, whys for how to interact with your clients, just a bunch of different things that I just want to touch on because I've been racking my brain around all this stuff for years. And that's the end of the cut. If there are any things you are confused about, certain whys you want to hear, let me know in the comment section below. Hope you guys liked today's video. Thanks for watching all the way to this point. Check out the TheBarbersTable gear in the description below. They got the pictures up now. And also check out the